Hey guys, it's Justin from Simplified Investing. I hope you guys are all having a great weekend. This is our weekly watch list video highlighting some stocks we are watching for the week. All right, guys, so getting things started, let's break down SPY, which is going to be the S&P 500 index. A really brutal week here on this from the weekly chart, and really what we see here is a breakdown. We failed this wedge, lower high, lower high, lower high, continuation, follow through, and you can see who's in control simply by volume, right? We're getting these high volume sells, low volume bounce here on 10-2 weekly, 10-9 weekly, and that continuation move lower here. We're also breaking from this right here, this uptrending structure here. So if we go from here to here, let's draw this and extend this out. You can see we attempted to hold here. We had this wedge or this convergence of this trend line, and then we ended up failing here and breaking down on volume, continuation follow through here. Now, even going out into the monthly chart, failed higher low, follow through, follow through, follow through. This is a pretty weak monthly chart here. You can see with respect to this trend line from the monthly into the weekly and then into the daily. This is looking really weak here. And what I don't like is this breakdown that we did see here on Thursday and then a follow through on Friday after attempting to bounce here. And even when we got good earnings, and it didn't seem to propel the market at all. So very, very weak here. I do think we have room down into this 403, into that 400 area, just being a psych region below. Really not seeing any strength until we can close above the prior candle high. So we failed to break prior candle high, failed to break prior candle high, failed here, failed here. We attempted to break and hold this prior candle high, ended up failing, and then we get this breakdown here. So unless we can break and hold above a prior candle high, this is looking very, very weak and likely to see some more downside here. Now, zooming into the hourly, you can see this descending trend line here. You can see we broke down, we broke and retested this 420 area, and then that move lower to the downside. Watching 410, this 4-hour triple bottom, so let's go out here into this 4-hour. You can see where we get this support from before. If we do break, I do think we can see that 404 and then into that 400 region below. So keep that on watch this week, guys. Something to note and something to keep on watch. The next thing, the VIX. And it's weird because the market is selling off so much, but the VIX is not pushing up that much. So what I'm watching here is this 23 area, which I gave you guys in the last video. That 23 area, nice reject and continuation move to the downside. Failing this 23 area here during the pre-market on Monday, selling off here, and then finding some support at 2076. So use these levels here, 23, 2076, 18, and then 1731 below. From the 4-hour, again, shift from this downtrend structure into higher highs, higher lows, and nice move to the upside. Hourly, you can see we're respecting this uptrend move as well, so looking very, very strong. Now, when we go into some individual plays, the first one that I want to see is going to be BAC to the downside. We get this bounce here, failed bounce, bear flag breakdown. I want to see any weakness below this 25 area, 24.98. For that continuation move to the downside, I do think we have some potential lower. Note, this one is, I do believe it's just coming off of earnings. Yeah, earnings right here. Pop up, trap those buyers, pushing it to the downside. Lots of the banks are weak. So if we go even into the regional banks, the KRE index, this is very, very weak. And you even go into a lot of the large cap names, they are very, very weak. So watching a follow through on this one below that 25 mark for that move to the downside here this week. One of the longs that I want to watch here is going to be INTC. And we come back and we get this push lower, shorts trapped in earnings, nice gap up. It needs to hold this low of day around 34.66 for that continuation move to the upside. I will be watching that reclaim of this 35.88 area and this continuation over 36.27. I think we have room up into this prior pivot here, right around that 37.23 area for that move to the upside here this week. So keeping that on watch. Something to note is this failed breakdown, nice move higher into this prior double bottom and push to the upside here. Now for another name. Oh, let's put it in right. It's going to be Meta. And Meta had this failed breakdown. We came up and tested 300. You can see this wide range bar here, giving this some liquidity to fill here. So if we do hold 300, I do think we have that 310.77 potential. But the big key is if. If we can break that 300 area, I will be eyeing this move. Any trending structure here, I will take this to the upside. Higher low off of this bottom here, this bottom here. Yes, we took out this prior pivot right here, but we are reclaiming a nice move here. So relative strength, anything over that 300 area, will look to long this one this coming week. Another one here, let's do AMZN. Nice looking strength here, similar to that INTC move. Breaking this descending trend line here, nice gap up, some shorts trapped into that earnings, nice follow through. I want to see this above 130 for that target into 132.19, which is this gap down target back here from 921. So the gap down, nice move lower. Some relative strength here on this one too, relative to the S&P 500. Watching how that progresses here through the week. So through that 130 area, taking this one or eyeing this one at least up into that 132 pivot above. Last one, looking really weak. It's going to be Disney. So we get this move higher, continued lower lows, lower lows, lower lows, closing near the low on this 1027 daily candle. And if we do zoom out, clearly in a downtrend, and there's no accumulation phase. We're still in this downtrend move here. When we do go out to the daily, I'm watching this below this region right here at this prior level around that 79.40 area to take this into sub 52-week lows. And if we do zoom out here, obviously getting close to this 10-year low. 66.72 is this 10-year low. I do think it has some potential. A big area right here from this prior bottom or that 52-week low, which was, it mapped out the COVID low. If it takes out this COVID low, expect some heavy selling here, some pressure from people who bought here will be negative on the equity now, and this is obviously in a downtrend move here. So below this equity low at the 52-week lows, and let's go out into that 52-week around 78.73, watching this for that continuation move lower. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you could please give it a thumbs up and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. And feel free to check out our team at simplified-investing.com today. We'd love to have you guys on board. Enjoy.